I'm curious as to your thoughts on what's happening in our education with our Black history being really erased. I know you're a mother, and I'm sure you have these concerns. I'm a mother as well, and it's gotten me involved in my daughter's curriculum. Like, let me see what you're learning. What are you learning? Because I want to make sure you're getting a history that's appropriate and reflective of the contributions of everyone in this country.
So I'm already a product of Tennessee public schooling, so I'm already very wary. I lived in Memphis, majority of my life I lived in Memphis, but for about 5 years, we moved out to this suburb called Bartlett, Tennessee. It was when I was a teenager. We moved out there, and we were there until I was 17. And then we hightailed it to Richmond, Virginia for about a year. And Bartlett is known for being very Republican, very white, at least very much at the time I was there. I don't know if the demographics have shifted much since I've moved away, but that's how it was. Definitely was a whiplash for me, having come from a majority minority school, mostly Latino, actually. I was in a school that was a good chunk of the students were Hispanic, had, a lot of like English as a second language learners. And so big shift for me personally. And, they taught us that the Confederate flag was representative of heritage and not hate. That was such a thing that I was taught, right? Very different perspective. And then I go to Richmond, Virginia, my senior year of high school. We moved for my dad's job, and I went to school. I was in Henrico County, Virginia. And I know I'm in the capital of the Confederacy, and I'm not expecting any different. And I get into my U.S. history class, and everybody was talking about the Confederacy. And they were like, well, it was about slavery. It was about slavery. It wasn't about states' rights. We all know that was, and I was just like, oh, they said it. They said the thing, because they go on and on about states' rights at Bartlett. They're like, that's all they're going to focus on. They're not going to admit it's about slavery. Yeah. And I'm looking around at these white students who are like, yup, slavery. And I'm just like, oh, this is different. And I think that was the first time that I really understood the disparity in the education system in the United States because of the way the state versus federal system is.